Hey fellow dadpreneurs, Adam Dix here, and in this video I'm going to share with you 4 side hustles that you can start generating $100 a day. Now I'm not going to promise you $100 by the time you go to bed tonight or $100 a day by next Tuesday. And this is going to take some work, it's going to take some time, but give me 90 days and stick to one of these. That's the key. Focus on one of these. There is no reason you should not be generating a consistent $100 a day with all 4 of these models. Actually, I'm going to throw in a 5th one. The 5th one I don't have experience with. It's an idea I've seen many people online talk about, have success with. However, I do have experience with the first 4. I've done the first 4, so I can speak from experience. But before we get into all that, got my Dad Life t-shirt. Go click the link down below. Once this video's over, though, of course, totaldads.com. You can order your Dad Life t-shirt, hoodie. It's getting a little colder now. It's 88 degrees here in Vegas today. I had the windows up. I had the back door wall open. It was awesome. It's fall season here in Vegas at 88 degrees. So anyways, pick up your Dad Life t-shirt. We got other dadpreneur shirts, other dad shirts as well. Check the link down in the description below. So all right, so first side hustle number 1 is selling social media marketing services. This is very, very popular. I would say client work is probably the simplest way to get started making money online. One of the simplest ways. I don't want to say it's the simplest ways. From what I've experienced, it can be the quickest way, and I hate using quick or fast, but doing work for clients, doing work for local businesses, and they don't have to be local in your area either. It's an online business. You can have clients wherever, in Toledo, in Miami, in Houston. It doesn't matter, as long as you can help them. So starting a social media marketing agency. So here's a few tips from, like I said, I have years of experience with this. A few tips that I have for you is pick one niche, focus on one niche. So years ago, I ran Facebook ads for male Keller Williams agents, actually. And I niched down to that because I was having success with Keller Williams agents. It was real estate agents, but then I had success with Keller Williams agents. And why I niched down to that is because I was having success with them, not sex with them. We don't do cuts here in the Adam Duke's man cave. We're going to keep that in. Over time, I would talk to these Keller Williams agents on the phone, and they would explain to me some of their marketing processes, some of their systems that they had, some of the things, their lingo that the Keller Williams people knew, So when I got on the phone with the 20th Keller Williams agent, I could drop their lingo. I could say, yeah, this marketing system XYZ, I know you're supposed to cold call from 8:30 to 9:45 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday mornings. I know you're supposed to put out bandit signs on Wednesday afternoons, or whatever it was. I can't remember everything. It was like 2014 and 15. But then they were like, shit, this guy knows me. This guy knows this Keller Williams brand. He really knows what's going on, That really made it really, really powerful because I knew their lingo, what was working, what was frustrating. Yeah, we gotta do these cold calls. I hate doing them, blah, blah, blah. And I could say, hey, yeah, I know you're supposed to be doing these cold calls. I know you have to do these cold calls, whatever it is. And then they would understand that, God, this guy really understands this Keller Williams. This guy understands my problems, what I'm frustrated with. A lot of times before they even said it out of their mouth, I could bring it up. Yeah, hey, Bill, I know you got to stick bandit signs every Thursday afternoon. Isn't that a pain in the ass? Yeah, how'd you know I have to do that? Oh, I talked to Keller Williams agents in Phoenix, blah, 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 all these other cities. And that was really, really powerful. So that's the power of sticking with one niche. Now this one I went even deeper and we went with one company. You can certainly do that if it's possible. The other reason is if you run ads for a real estate agent in Atlanta, those ads are probably going to work for a real estate agent in Jacksonville. They're probably going to work for a real estate agent in Iowa, probably work for a real estate agent in Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, Denver, Albuquerque, New Mexico. They're going to work pretty much everywhere. I don't want to guarantee that, but then it makes it really, really nice because then all you have to do is duplicate that. Okay, that ad in Atlanta, I'm going to duplicate it in Albuquerque, in Dallas, in Austin, in Detroit, in Boston. So it makes it really, really simple. You don't have to test new things. Like if you're working with multiple different niches, you're not sure what's working, so you have to test different things, test different images, add copy and that. So you can save yourself a ton of time and a lot happier clients because you should be able to deliver results rather quickly. Once you have like 3 or 4 clients under your belt and you figure out what's working, obviously. So those are the 2 benefits of niching down. niching down's the way to go. Dan Kennedy, who just recently passed away a couple weeks ago, he used to say the riches are in the niches, and it's true. It's very, very true when you niche down. So that's my two pieces of advice: is niche down. Oh, and then the other one is pick one service. If you want to sell Pinterest marketing, sell Pinterest marketing. Don't be a jack of all trades, master of none. I used to sell every digital marketing service under the sun when I got started in 2010. I was the jack of all trades, master of none, and it was such a struggle. I would just offer all these services. I didn't know much about them. I'll figure out a way. I was hurting for money. So my advice is pick one niche, pick one service to get started. Once you get going, maybe hire some help. Then you can expand your services, expand your broaden the niches if you want to go into different niches. But I would not recommend it when getting started, especially if it's a side hustle. One niche, one service. It's just going to be much, much easier. It's going to be less less complexity, I should say, less overwhelm for you. So that's the first one, like a social media marketing agency. Also, so pricing in that, you can charge for $1,000 a month for quite a few different industries. Now, restaurant, it might be a little bit harder to get that, but like real estate agent, it can be hard to get. If you focus on the bigger real estate agents, loan officers, insurance agents, car dealerships, chiropractors, any type of medical field, doctors, dentists, they should all be able to afford at least $1,000 a month. Once you get good at it, you should be able to easily charge $1,500, $2,000 a month. Then you only need about 2 to 3 clients to hit your $100 a day. Again, in 90 days, if you're committed to reaching out to people, pick one method of reaching out, whether it's cold email, whether it's cold calling, whether it's direct mail, whether it's messaging on LinkedIn or Facebook, whether it is sending postcards out, whether it's going to networking events. Now, if you have a full-time job, cold email, LinkedIn are things you can do at night. You can automate the process. I'll link up a video here where I did like $60,000 by sending out 675 emails. This was years ago, and truth be told, I left a shit ton of money on the table. It should have definitely been well over $100,000, but I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And I still somehow accidentally made $60,000 by sending out 675 emails. So that video's up there. Take a look at that. Last but not least is you can also, so there's a thing called clients and customers. So clients, it's more custom. They're going to pay a bit more money. And I've always been on the bandwagon of clients. I would rather have 4 shiny quarters than 100 dirty pennies, meaning I would rather have 4 high-paying clients than have 100 customers paying me $100 a month. However, customers is something that you can, it's a service that there's no customization. They're just getting one service. There's no testing. Typically, there's no testing. It's just they're kind of buying it out of the box. That is what they're getting. There's no back and forth, So customers, I've changed my tune on the whole client and customer thing. Mike Cooch is a guy that I follow, and he makes a good argument about this whole customer versus client thing. So customer thing, so I've had some success with doing birthday marketing for restaurants. Now, they can't afford the $1,000 plus a month service. However, they can easily afford $300, $400, $500, $600 a month. And I run Facebook advertising targeting people with upcoming birthdays in like a 5-mile radius around like a restaurant or a bar or a pool hall. And it's extremely, extremely effective. Now, you set up the ad. You don't really need to test anything. There's a lot of benefits to it. There's a link down in the description below called 21dayclient.com, and I show you kind of the email sequence. I show you how to set up the birthday ads. I kind of give you a whole breakdown, a quick overview of the whole strategy, but it's extremely effective. Again, you're not going to be able to charge thousands of dollars a month for this. However, what I've found is once you get in with one restaurant, there's times where they have 2, 3, 6 restaurants, 8 restaurants, 10 restaurants, and also it's kind of a set and forget service. I explain more in the blueprint in the ebook. If you want more information on that, you can certainly download it below. But it's a service where you can set it up once and let the ads run. No testing, no new targeting, no new audiences. It's pretty slick because it's targeting upcoming birthdays, so the audience refreshes every 7 days. It's a unique service too. Not many marketers are doing it, so kind of a little side one, but that falls under that whole social media marketing agency. So the second one is starting an e-commerce shop. This is another wildly popular starting an e-commerce drop shipping business. what you can do is get started. You don't have to buy inventory. You could sell, for example, like print on demand. So you can print t-shirts. This t-shirt right here, I don't have an inventory of it. I use a website called Printful. It integrates with the Shopify store. You put your design on the t-shirt. The shirt's, I think, like $9 or $10, depending on quality and all that, and then you mark it up and you sell it for $18 or $19. So when someone goes to your store, they like the shirt, they buy it for, let's say, $20. You pay Printful or whatever print-on-demand company you use. They take their $10 and you made $10 profit. Now you can do coffee mugs, hoodies, hats, shower curtains, pillowcases. There's literally hundreds of things you can do print on demand. So a lot of people aren't aware of that outside of the marketing space. I was talking to a buddy of mine recently. He had no idea. He thought I had to buy hundreds of these t-shirts and hope they sell. And it's like, no, you don't have to do that. So that's one angle with the whole Shopify thing is print on demand. Again, no inventory. You just put up designs, and when people buy, you make the difference. So, and then the other one is the popular one is drop shipping. So a lot of people will source products from like a website called AliExpress or other websites in China where the product is cheap. Actually, this is from another YouTube video of mine. I had a jewelry store back in 2015-16. These earrings, no joke, were probably 52 cents in China that I would buy, and I would sell them probably for $10, maybe $12. Again, no inventory. I listed these earrings on the site for $12, and then the person would buy them, and I would pay the 50 cents or 60 cents, whatever they cost, and then ship them to I'd have the company in China ship them to the customer. So there's a lot more details to it. I just wanted to kind of give a quick overview. Over time, once you start making some sales, you want to order inventory and then ship it from the United States. I had a warehouse in Idaho that I used, but that's another way. If you have money to invest, if you're working like a job and you have a little money to invest, you can invest in Facebook advertising, Instagram ads, Instagram influencers, YouTube ads, YouTube influencers, Pinterest ads, Google ads, Bing ads. That's going to definitely speed up the process to get to that $100 a day mark. However, if you don't have extra money and Facebook ads terrifies you, which is quite common, you can do it organically. Build up like an Instagram page as an example. Whatever target market, whatever you're selling, you can build up an Instagram page. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some sweat equity, take some work to build up that page, but you'll be able to generate sales that way. Or a Facebook business page. It's very, very similar to Instagram. Build up a Facebook page of a target market. Again, I'm going to go back to niches. I definitely recommend to niche down. Like camping gear would be an idea. I would even go niche. I would sub-niche down. Maybe sell tents. Not all camping gear, because now you're competing with the big camping companies, but maybe just sell tents, or maybe just sell backpacks as an example. So definitely niche down when it comes to Shopify and or any type of whatever e-commerce platform you are using. So that's number 2. The third one is this is how I got my start. This is how in 2010 I got started selling web design. I called 5,000 local Las Vegas businesses and sold 2 websites for $297 a piece. So no way to make money, or no way to make a living. Now again, I was very, very green. That was the first cold calling, first sales really, first sales position I ever had, selling something. So I was absolutely horrendous with it. So I switched to cold email, but I was selling web design to local businesses. Again, local businesses doesn't mean businesses here in Las Vegas. It can be anywhere. It can be anywhere in the country or anywhere in the world. But selling websites, I self-taught myself web design on YouTube, just by looking up WordPress tutorials. At the time, WordPress was the popular one. It's still the leader in web design, but nowadays there's like Weebly, there's Wix, there's Squarespace, there's Duda Mobile, there's probably 20 website builders. There's probably hundreds of website builders, but those are like the 4 popular ones along with WordPress. You can buy templates. There's ready to go templates, maybe a plumber template for $25, $40, and you can install the plumber template, and then you can kind of customize it with their pictures, their text, their copy, their images and things like that, their domain and all that. So again, you can leverage YouTube, hundreds of thousands of free tutorials. I still use YouTube when I'm stuck with a WordPress thing that I need to fix or that I'm trying to fix. I go to YouTube and check out the tutorial. So that's another one. Web design, I don't recommend cold call. Well, you can cold call if you want. I don't recommend doing it the way I did it and selling them for $300 a piece. But you can very easily sell websites for $500 a piece. Once you sell one or two, you should definitely be able to. I don't even know if I'd even deal with it for less than $1,000 a website. You get a couple under your belt, couple testimonials. Very easy to jump to $1,500 to $2,000 and more. So that is the third one. The fourth one is email copywriter for e-commerce brands. So what this is you're writing emails for e-commerce brands. And why I like this one, this is a very, very lucrative one, is because email with e-commerce, the sales are all tracked, so you can definitely prove your return on investment. And especially because let's say you send out an email to 1,000 customers that they already have, all the sales that come from that email, depending on the email platform, you'll be able to show the business owner, hey, this email made $738. The next email that I sent out made $1,537. It's all tracked in there, so they can compare it. Now, for like a dentist, if you run a Facebook advertising for them, you could generate them a ton of leads, and they could say, well, none of these leads turned into patients. They didn't come in, so there's discrepancy there. But for e-commerce email copywriter, there really is, the sales are all tracked. That's why I really, really like this one. And I really like this one is because the far majority of e-commerce companies out there are doing a horrendous job, a horrible job with email marketing. And email can honestly boost overall sales 20 to 25%, maybe even 30% each and every month. No joke. That's how powerful email is. And like I said, the majority of them are doing a horrible job, if they're doing it at all. A lot of e-commerce brands aren't doing any email marketing, or very, very, very little. You can go in there and generate a fast influx of cash, in a matter of days, if they have a current customer database. I know there's e-commerce brands out there with 60, 70, 80,000 customers in their database. You send out one email, you should be able to make 50 cents per customer. There's a lot of factors in that, but if they have a big database, it's very, very easy, to charge $1,500 at minimum, depending on the database, depending on their average order value, what product, how long they've had the database. There's some factors into it, but it's very, very easy to generate, like I said, a quick windfall of cash to kind of get your foot in the door, prove yourself, and then upsell them additional email flows, like winning back customers, abandoned cart email sequences. Sequences are flows anywhere from 3 to 5 automated emails. VIP customer emails, you send that out after they purchase a second time. There's a lot of different flows and or sequences that you can do. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty, but that's another one that's very, very, like I said, very, very lucrative. 1 or 2 clients, you should be able to get to the $3,000 a month and or the $100 per day mark. So those are the 4 that I have experience with. Those are the 4 that kind of the online marketing realm of side hustles. This 5th one is something that Gary Vaynerchuk's made extremely popular over the last few years, is flipping things. But this takes a step further, flipping cell phones. A lot of people, Gary talks about flipping, maybe if you go to a garage sale or go to Ross or go to Marshall's or TJ Maxx, and maybe you buy a pair of Nike shorts for $7 and then you sell them on Facebook Marketplace or Amazon or eBay for $15. Yeah, you made $8. There's a lot of work, but I kind of like the whole phone flipping thing because, you buy an iPhone for $300, you sell it for $400, you profit at $100. You nice profit there. However, with phones, you're a little restricted to working in your area. Again, I'm going off what I've heard people talk about, but phone flipping can be very, very lucrative, and you can start earning money literally today doing it. Now there's some scariness meeting people and all that. I don't have any tips on, don't do it in a dark alley or behind the Wynn Casino on the Vegas Strip. Do it in a lit area, a bank, a Walgreens, somewhere safe, where nothing's going to happen. Because when you're selling phones, it's a higher priced item. If they know you have $500 cash, could be some issues, but that's a very simple business model. And again, you could be up to $100 a day, probably in the first 30 days if you're doing phone flipping and you're consistently doing it. Now you got to take into factor, you're going to have to drive across town in that, so there is definitely some time involved. Like I said, this isn't really the online marketing realm of things. You're doing online business, but you're also doing offline where you're meeting the people on that. So that's the 5th side hustle that I have for you. Again, kind of going on not theory, but from what I've seen in Facebook groups of people talking about it, and also like YouTube videos of people talking about flipping phones. So those are 5 side hustles that you can get started today. Like I said, those first 4 you can get started working on the weekends, in the evenings, maybe early in the morning. If you're working like a full-time job, you just kind of do it on the side, a side hustle. And if you do it for 90 days, I can damn near guarantee, consistently do it for 90 days, you should be at $100 a day, earning $100 a day quite consistently after 90 days. So hey, if you like these videos, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you click that little bell notification, because I put out videos every Monday and Thursday for your viewing pleasure. And I just started this week putting out interview series where I interview fellow dadpreneurs. It's called Dadpreneur Freedom. I interview other dadpreneurs out there that have that have businesses. I'm focused more on online businesses, but if they have brick and mortar, they're welcome to come on the show, and I'm going to kind of grill them and ask them the tough questions here. I got my list of questions right here to share to motivate you, to inspire you. If you're a dad, to go out and start your own business, or if you're a dadpreneur, maybe pick up some tips on what to avoid, on what to do, marketing strategies that work in that. So like I said, hit that subscribe button, click that little bell notification, then you'll get an alert every time I publish a video. Once again, I appreciate you watching. Thank you.